Customizing your fireworks work environment would involve working with your panels and customizing the view of your work environment. In order to add different panels, which are presently on the right hand side, we could select Windows, and we see here which panels are checked off, and these are the ones that we have open, and we're able to close them, add them, and take them away as we need to. We can see that the panels automatically, they're not docked and they're floating. We're able to arrange them anywhere on the screen as we need to. If we want to dock the particular panel that we're working with, we could simply left click on it and we can drag it. We see that there's a blue outline of a rectangle that shows up where we're able to dock this particular panel. I can see as I move it around the screen, the blue rectangle moves with me, and this is just indicating that I am able to dock it in this panels area. So now I'm going to let go of the mouse on the left button, and we see that the panel becomes docked now in our panels on the right hand side. If we want to move any of the panels, simply we could move over it. We get the moving symbol, left click your mouse, hold it down, and we see that we're able to drag and drop the particular panel wherever we need to, customizing our fireworks work environment as we like it. If we want to find a default panel layout, we could go to Commands. We simply select Panel Layout Sets. We click on whichever set is most appropriate, and we see that automatically we're switched back to a default panel set. If we've created our own panel set and we want to keep what we've created, we could go to the panel set and we could save the panel layout. If we want to go further and adjust exactly what we see within our panels, we're able to, just going to place the colors back into this panel here. We're able to simply open up another window here on the top right hand corner, and this gives us a choice where we're able to rename this panel group, we're able to close the panel group, and we're able to add in the mixer with different panels. So if I want to select Align, I could add in the Align panel simply by selecting on the right hand side here. And then this, of course, we can simply place back into our panel set, and we see that we've got more panels available to us, and in this essence we're able to customize exactly the way our fireworks environment looks. To further customize our fireworks work environment, we can select Edit, and under Edit we've got an option for Preferences, or we can press Ctrl U on the keyboard shortcuts, and this will open up a window of Preferences. In this Preferences area we're able to set different preferences that we want to work with, and then afterwards we're able to also save it when we did before with the commands. You see here we're able to set the amount of undo steps that we have available for us. This is if you've created something and you want to go back and undo it. This is by default we've got 20 undo steps. We can change that to be our preference. We've also got default colors. Now what interpolation does is it sets one of 4. We've got a choice of 4 different methods that Fireworks uses to interpolate pixels when images are scaled. We've got a choice of bicubic, bilinear, soft, and nearest neighbor. Bicubic has the sharpest and highest quality, and that's why generally we keep it on bicubic, because it's going to have the best effects for us. We've also got a choice of editing. We've got launch and edit. Folders, we're able to import external additional materials that we want to use within our fireworks environment. If we've got some different plugins, textures, or patterns that we want to import, we could do so here. And then we've also got the import where we're converting the different Photoshop files. Just simply tells us how the layers are going to be treated once they're imported, and how the text is treated once it's imported. Down here we've got the use flat composite image, which just flattens out all the layers that we would have had from an image that we're importing. So generally by default we're just going to keep the preferences the way they are. To create a new document in Fireworks, we can either press on the quick icon to create a new document, opens up our new document window, or we could go to File, New, and we see that we've got an option here for Control N under the keyboard shortcuts. This will also open up the new document window. From here we've got to make a selection of the width, the height, and the resolution of the image that we want to work with. We have a choice of the canvas color. If we want to select white, we've got transparent, and we've got custom color. And custom color gives us an option. We can open it up here on the triangle on the bottom right hand side, and we're able to select a custom color that we want for the background. As we open up, we're also able to select whether we're using pixels, inches, or centimeters. And we could select OK, and this opens up the new image that we're able to work with now. Going back to the document window, we see that the current document that we've created, we've got a name for it. By default it's called Untitled. Depending on which one you're on, we're in number 2. So until we've saved this particular document, it will be called Untitled by default. Above our document window, we've got 4 tabs here. We've got Original, which is the one that we're able to work with. We've got a preview that previews it as it would be seen, as the finished image would be seen. We've got a 2-up, which is able to compare 2 different images, and here we're able to optimize it for better website performance. Or if we want to have 4, we could optimize all 4. Opens up 4 separate windows, and we're able to optimize each individual one as we need to get better website results. We see here the bytes and sizes, how long it's going to take to download the image at 56 kilobytes per second. We've got the amount of colors that we're using, and we're able to change this as we need to. We're going to get more into your optimizing your image later on in the videos. After we've created our image, we're able to save it, and here we could simply select File, Save, or we can save as. And here we would just have to enter in our name of the image that we want to save it as. By default it's saving it as a PNG file because we're working in the Fireworks environment. So we go ahead and we save this particular image. Now we can go ahead and close it. We've got some options. We're also able to save it with the icons here at the top. And we can go ahead and we can close it with the X, or we could have closed it with File and we could have selected Close. Open a Fireworks file, we would select File and we could select Open. If we know which ones we've worked with, we could select Open Recent. So here we go, and we're going to open up that particular one that we've just saved. I'm going to go into Images and open it up. As we see, we've got a choice of the Fireworks image. We can see it here, a preview on the right hand side. We're able to select and we see the exact size of it, and we've got the format, which is a GIF format here. We're able to select the different readable files that we're able to import into Fireworks, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to open it up. And this is opening up the same one that we saved earlier. Working with your history and your info panels, just going to open them up and I'm going to set them in our panel area here. We see that we've got our history panel. This panel is going to do, it's going to record all of our actions that we're going to be using. And we see that as I do different things in the document window, our history panel is also opening up and creating new effects into it. When we work with the history panel, we're also able to, if we want to slide back and redo something, we could simply move the history panel. We've got a little bit of a lever here that we can move up and down, and we can see how it does and undoes things fairly quickly. So if we ever need to go back, we can always use the history panel. Selecting replay allows us to play the steps up to our selection. As we can see here, if I select replay, it's going to automatically just keep the selected area that we've made. So you see we have replay, and it brings us back to the step that we had selected, and this is where it ends up. If we want to save it, we're able to save the steps that we've made. We could save blue box. That I've saved it as a command. If I want to go and if I want to recreate it, I can simply go up to commands and I can select blue box, and it'll automatically create the steps. This is useful if we open up a new document. We go to commands, we want blue box, we automatically see that the steps have been created for us. If we want to save it to a clipboard, we're able to convert the steps to a clipboard simply by pressing this icon over here, and now this has actually placed our steps onto the clipboard, and from which we're able to paste from. And this actually does the same thing. If we have a new document, select OK, and we're just going to paste it, we see that we've pasted the certain steps that we had to create an object, and we've pasted it onto our document window. A great way to save yourself some time when you are creating from different, if you want to create a certain bunch of documents, you can simply save your steps, and you can simply go to command and you can replay them out as you need to. Next panel we look at is the info panel, and we see what the info panel does. Just going to open it up a little bit larger here, and it tells us our positioning, our X and Y coordinates, it tells us the particular color, and it tells us the width and height of our selection, which we're able to see here on the left hand side. This is useful in creating different objects with the proper dimensions, and if you're spacing it out, selecting the X and Y positions to space out your work in. We're able to adjust the info that's going to be viewed here. We can adjust it to inches if we like. We see that automatically the width and height and the X and Y values are adjusted to inches, to centimeters if we like, and we've got a whole bunch of choices here to customize our panel group.